Carl, how did you find yourself here? Because when I arrived 5 years ago, you were worshiping here already. So,
Yeah, and it was just shortly before then that we had joined the church, probably a year and a half before you got here. And I think that the best way to explain it is that, I think that most people grow up going to the church of their parents' choice. And then when they get to be young adults, they go to the church and it's not what fits them, or at least their perception of what Christianity should be. And so rather than look for alternatives, they just kind of quit. And for Nikki and me, it was like, we're not quitting on this deal. We're just going to have to find the place that is most concurrent with the way we see Christianity in our modern society. And we had visited St. Andrews before, and of course we came back. And once we did, we were stuck. I mean, we were grounded. The tenets of the church fit exactly with how we perceive society and religion in society today, and so we're lifers now.
yes, you're in our columbarium, actually. We have some slots.
I'll be even beyond lifer.
Really? You talked about, though, that you were stuck. So just say a little bit more about what keeps you coming back. Like, what specifically?
Well,
I've heard you talk about this before.
Well, what makes me come back is the people, and of course you, and as well as all the other people that we've met. But more than that, it's first of all, it's the Episcopalian viewpoint, the Episcopalian tenets that are espoused. But after that, I think that the main thing is its inclusiveness, the fact that we don't turn anybody away, and we love everybody, and there's a lot of happiness in this church, and a lot of love, and those are the things that, while they may sound corny, it's when you know that there's not going to be anybody turned away, and everybody is welcoming to everybody, regardless of religiosity or their sex, their gender, their race, their ethnicity, their sexual orientation. It doesn't matter here. It's just because no one judges, and I think that's the main thing. Is that I never felt like by being here was being judged. And our service is traditional, and it still has the bells and smells, as Mother Shelley used to say, of the old Episcopal Church. But within that, there's nothing old about it. It's traditional service with a beautiful, like-minded way of life.
Yeah, trying to live into that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We try to live it.
We keep trying.
Yes.
We're not perfect.
Yeah, we're not perfect, but
we keep going.
But it is a lot better. There's a lot less infighting about those things than I've ever experienced before.
Okay, thank you. Three adjectives. Being the English wordsmith, that's one of the things I love about Carl. Is he's a longtime football coach, longtime baseball coach at Lawton High, but taught history and English. And one of your coaches knew you, would call you, he would call you Shakespeare?
Yeah, that was my baseball coach in college. When he found out I was an English major.
Yeah. So 3 words from the English major.
I think that it's
Adjectives.
Adjectives,
or
yeah.
what.
Let's just say inclusive, non-judgmental,
Okay.
and loving. And I know those are repeated, but those are the ones that still keep coming up. And I think that to me, that's the most important aspects of this church.
Okay.
As far as Episcopalianism goes, the tenets of the church, I think it's important to note that those things are in there too. I mean, these are not just practices that we have within this church.
No,
they are
everywhere.
They are the preachings of the Episcopalian Church.
Yep.
And that makes it special.
Favorite worship season or favorite service?
Well, I think as we approach Easter, things always become a little bit more meaningful and a little bit more powerful, and they hit home a lot harder. But my favorite service, and one I had never been exposed to until I came here, is Maundy Thursday, and it is not only appealing, but it's moving, and I always look forward to that. And then of course, the hour that everybody spends sitting in the nave that night, you know,
prayer.
with prayer, and I think that's special, and to me it's very meaningful.
Do you have a favorite worship moment that's happened during worship that was funny or humorous or endearing?
I don't have one particular moment. It's just there are people here that make me smile a lot, and sometimes it's the children, but probably Blake Dutcher is the guy that makes me laugh most often. And when one of the two of us has a lot of responsibility one particular Sunday, whether it's ushering or counting the offering or doing crucifer or something like that, one week he called himself Captain Church because he was doing so much, and that really tickled me. But it's the people. I don't remember one particular service that made me crack up, but it seems like every time I come here that there's something somebody says. Matt Simpson got out of his truck, and he had today for our blessing of the animals, and he had said something about maybe bringing a goat.
He does have goats.
He has goats, and he got out of the truck, and I said, and he had his labradoodle, and I said, that's not a goat, and he goes, well, I thought about bringing it, and then I thought, nah.
Oh my gosh!
You know, so as corny as a dad joke that is, you know, you smile when you come here.
Right.
I smile, and I feel good when I come to this church.
Yeah.